So let's look at using the Messages app. The Messages app is a way for you to send text messages to other people, primarily people that are in the Apple ecosystem. So other people that have iPhones, iPads, and Macs. But you can use it to send messages to people over their mobile communication systems. They're called SMS messages. So here on the left you see a list of conversations, and then on the right you see the selected conversation. In this case this one. It's important to note that these are called conversations. Often I hear people ask a question like, how do I delete a message? And what they mean is a whole conversation, not a message. One of these tiny little things here, that's a message. And this is a conversation. And it could be with one or more people. You can see this one here is actually between three people, myself and then these two people. And this one is just between one test account and another. And you'll see your messages here on the right and the other person or other people's messages here on the left. And there'll be things underneath like little messages that say delivered or read by that other person. Now if you want to start a new conversation, you click here and then you would type to. And this is where you would type the person's name as they appear in your contacts. Or you would type their Apple ID, which is usually their Apple email address. Or you could type a phone number if you've got your iPhone hooked up here, as I'll show you at the end, to use SMS messages on your Mac. If you use the name of somebody that's already here, a conversation that already exists, that's fine too. But that will just take you to this conversation. So let me type this person's name here. And you can see by typing that name and saying I want to send a message to them, then I'm going to see the existing conversation here because what I'm actually doing is just adding on to that conversation. You can't have more than one conversation with a person. It's just one ongoing conversation. So now I'll just send a message like that and it goes to that one person. You can see how now it's just in that one conversation. A new conversation isn't created. Now when you go to Messages Settings, under General, you can set up your little profile. You can put a name, first name and last name. You can click here and you can create a little icon or avatar for yourself. You can use Memoji where you could add one and then design one as you like, choosing anything you want for all the different parts of the face. You can make it look like yourself or make it look like somebody completely different. You can also choose from Animoji here, which are little animal characters, and you can use one of those. You can use certain little icons and symbols and things like that. You can also click here to select a photo from your photos library of yourself. Click here and you can choose an emoji character to use. Click here and you could actually choose one or two letters. So like that, and then select a color. So you could do it any way that you want to create this little character here. Then you could check Share Name and Photo so that when you're messaging with somebody they see your actual name, not say your Apple ID or phone number or something like that. And they'll see this appear. In general, this is pretty straightforward. You simply type text and send. But a lot of other things you could do as well. For instance, you can click here on the little apps button. You go to Photos and you can select a photo and then choose a photo to send. And you can see how it's sent there in the message. You could also drag and drop photos or files here or copy and paste text or photos into the message. If you click here, you can also choose Memoji stickers. And these will use your current Memoji with little expressions. You can choose another Memoji that you created as well or one of the Animoji characters like that. You can also choose images which will bring up animated GIFs. So you could search for something like if it's somebody's birthday and then you can get a little happy birthday emoji to send them. If you want to send a regular emoji, you type it just like you would type it in any other app. So Control Command Space or whatever keyboard you've set up for it, and then you can browse through the emoji characters. I'll have a lesson on doing that later on. You could also bring up emoji right here by just clicking there and insert it at wherever the point is you're typing. You can also click here and then record a message, and it's a piece of audio. Click here to stop. And then you could see this. You could play it back or you could send it. So there's a lot you can do here. In addition, you can also have effect. So let's type something. And then I'm going to click here and then message effects. And there are various effects that I could attach. Now these will only work if the person is using an Apple device. So keep that in mind. They won't see this if, say, they're getting the message on an Android device. So there's some new features in Messages for macOS Ventura, and it's also in iOS 16 and iPad OS 16. And one of them is the ability to edit a message. So you could say something like this. And then after it's sent, you can control click on it and then say edit, and you can edit it. So this message is already sent. And you can see it's been sent, but it says edited. And you can actually click on edited and see what's changed. And the other person would be able to do it too. So this isn't kind of a secrecy thing. This is more of like just correcting a mistake. Instead of having to send another message saying, oh, I meant burgers, not pizza, you can just edit it like that. Another new feature is to be able to undo send. So you can do that on a message that you've sent like this, and it will take away the message completely. The person on the other end has to have the latest operating systems like iOS 16 or macOS Ventura in order for that to work on their end as well. Also, if you go and delete a whole conversation, like I'll go in here and say delete like that, I can go to recently deleted in the view menu like that, find it there, and then I can recover it. And then it's back. Now if you do want to send text messages to people over a mobile phone system, say if they have an Android phone, then you can do that. But there's actually no setting for it here in the Messages app at all, because the setting for that is on your iPhone. In order to get a message from a mobile phone system, you have to have a mobile phone system. So your iPhone can easily get SMS messages from any other mobile carrier. And you could set up your iPhone so it forwards all of those SMS messages from your iPhone into Messages on your Mac as well. So the setting there is for that is on your iPhone. And now when somebody texts you from an Android phone, you'll get that on your iPhone and on your Mac as well.